Dear friends, we want to wish you a Shabbat Shalom, the first Shabbat of the year 2022, and hopefully this Shabbat will usher in a new energy, positive, full of motivation to make this coming year, as many people come back to their schools and workplaces, a very successful one in all ways. And if we look in this week's Torah portion, Bo, where it tells us about the final 3 plagues that God brought upon the Egyptians, and then the ultimate exodus of the Jewish people from Egypt. So the 9th plague is darkness, and sort of nothing happened, except that it was very dark, you couldn't see anything. And the second half of the plague was, it was so thick, the darkness, you couldn't even move, except the Jews, who the plagues didn't apply to. And the question is, why darkness at the end? It had no real value, and we're told that there's reasons that there was darkness so the Jewish people could go into the Egyptians' homes and see where they kept their jewelry. So when they come to ask for it, the Egyptians can't fool them and say, we don't have this jewelry. But where does darkness come in? And in Hasidic thought, it explains that the miracles that happened, the plagues, weren't just random miracles that God made against the Egyptians to hurt the Egyptians and to show the Jews that He is great. But in every one of the plagues, there was a message that God was sending to the Egyptians. And the biggest part of the message that we see throughout is that God was hitting them in what to them was the most important things in life. Their priority in life was materialism, assets. What do I own? To them, power was about money. Who had more money? The greed, the wanting to have more of it, the more of it. And this is what they all aspired to. This is how they measured themselves. So God hit the source of the economy of Egypt, the water with blood, and then frogs, and then there was lice all over, little control they had over themselves, and then the wild beasts and the dead animals, and the locusts and the hail. And then comes darkness. Because after God brought all these plagues, these 7 and 8 plagues, which destroyed the Egyptian economy, there was not one piece of greenery left. Most animals had died except a few who were God-fearing, or they got the message that God is real and they try to save their animals. But their economy is gone. This God that they created, that is all about money, and that's what it's all about, is not there anymore. It's not real. And that's when darkness hit them. Because to them, this was the only thing that was real. Everything else didn't make sense. They only used black magic to further their own need for more money and more power, more assets, etc., more enjoyment from this world. That's when it hit darkness. And what's after darkness? The firstborn. What's our first priority? What is life really all about? How are we setting the tone for our lives? And the message was to the Jewish people as well. Make sure you have your first priority right. God saved us this time, because He showed us what the first priority is. But from then on, we have to save ourselves. We have to be clear to ourselves, what's our first priority? Our first priority is to be a mensch, to be a good person, to have good characteristics, to make sure we create around ourselves a proper environment, bring a family, children into the world. Whatever we build should be productive. The dividends of it should help other people as well. To make the world a godly place, wherever you go, you can feel goodness and kindness and truth and morality and a higher level of living permeated through every part of our lives. This is what it's really all about. So when it says every day we have to imagine we left Egypt, it's not just about leaving Egypt. It's about the message of what we left. We left a place that was morally corrupt, a place that was empty. It was dark. Even the Egyptians recognized it was dark. It was so traumatizing that they couldn't even move. They were lost. What is our life all about? What are we moving for? What are we even living for? And actually, after that plague, there was a revolution in Egypt when the elders turned against Pharaoh and said, let them go. There is truth to what they're saying. Let's get rid of them. We cannot hide the truth forever. And there were many casualties of the Egyptians. So as we're also getting ready to mark the 71st year of the Rebbe's leadership, this Wednesday, Yud Shvat, the 10th of Shvat, the Rebbe charged our generation. Don't think we're entitled. Don't think we're going to live off just the backs of what came before us. But we have to make our own plate. We have to create our own path based on what came before us. But we have to create our own path. Every one of us has to step up and make Judaism our own. Take our journey through Judaism, even if it's through one thing, but make Judaism yours. Make your life yours. Don't wait for something to be given to you. It's all waiting, but you have to take it in the rightful, correct way. When you claim it in the rightful, correct way, it lifts you up and everything that you came with and where you came from to an entirely new level. So let's make it happen. And may God bless you in all your doings. And God loves you all. He loves us all. I want to wish you a Shabbat Shalom. We love you. And keep strong and safe and keep positive as we experience the Shabbat of the Exodus. May we all have the Exodus from our problems, issues, challenges, and may we overcome them quickly. May we merit very soon the coming of Mashiach for all of us to bring a new world, the world we've been waiting for, and we've been praying for, and working so hard towards very quickly in our days. Candlelight time, Montreal, 4:09 p.m.